Hey guys, welcome back to Breaking It Down with Brickitect. This is the series where I answer your questions while I tear apart some Lego sets. It's been a while since the last episode. Look back, it was October 23rd. So a lot of sets to tear apart and a lot of good questions to go through here. And the good news is, this was all before the whole COPPA thing happened, so there's no COPPA questions in here, which makes me very happy. Let's jump into it here with the first question from Robin, who says, "Hi Greg, what do you do with the extra parts from Lego sets?" And what I do with those is I usually keep those in a little plastic bag inside the box when I have the set built. But when I tear them apart, and you'll probably see some of it here in this video, although it is sped up footage, you'll see me take those extra pieces and just put them in with the main part of the set. So I keep those all with the original set. I know some people probably put them in with their collection and their pieces and stuff, but I just don't do that. I like to keep everything almost like a library of Lego sets like I always talk about. The next question comes from Tracy, who I'm always happy to see here on Breaking It Down, and she says, "You have mentioned that you would like to see old Lego sets brought back again. I love this idea. If Lego did this, how would you like to see it done?" And what I would love to see is a complete reissue, like original packaging, everything looking exactly like the vintage sets that I had from my childhood. They could go even further back than that, but for me, I would really love sets from like the late 80s, early 90s, and I would love it to look the same, feel the same, everything to be like it was. And for that, I would pay a premium price, and I know other adult collectors like myself with disposable income, at least for the time being, would really love that as well. So I'd love to see Lego do that, and I think it would be a hit. The next question comes from Lego Rampage, who says, "Great video, but first, I love your channel." Thank you so much. It says, "I'm 11 and my dream would be to meet you in real life," which you can do if you come to Philly Brickfest next year or maybe some other conventions. Goes on to say, "Is Lego Dark Age something that you have to go through sometime in your life? And will you learn something from the Lego Dark Age? Or is it something that just comes and goes, leaving nothing behind, for example, like chickenpox?" I think this is a good question because a lot of kids get to that age where they maybe feel like Lego is just for kids, which it's not, and they start to think maybe they should hang it up and start getting into other things. And a lot of kids just do that naturally. Eventually you find out that Lego isn't as interesting as maybe playing video games or hanging out with your other teenage friends or driving a car or having a job. All these things in life start to happen. And that's oftentimes where Dark Ages come from. And most people typically don't get back into Lego, so their Dark Age just continues on forever. But then there's some people like me and a lot of other adult collectors that eventually you want to rekindle that love of Lego that you had as a kid because you remember that time as a good time in your life and you have fondness for just being carefree and just building some Lego sets, and you want to somehow recapture that. And then you come back into it, and your Dark Age becomes a defined period of your life. I think you can learn from it that you should only quit Lego if you really want to. Don't let other people, whether it's parents or friends or anyone, tell you that Lego is for kids and you should give up on it for that reason. So I think that's something that you can learn from it. And I think overall, it's just something that varies by person. I guess my advice for anybody that's considering quitting Lego is just to do what feels right for you. If you want to quit for a period of time and if you really love it, you'll come back. And if you don't, you'll just continue your life and be happy just like everyone else is. Next question comes from Llama for Loaf. Interesting name. It says, "I love the channel, but I wonder why you spend lots of money on Lego just to take them apart in the end and not see them on display." You know, I'd love to keep my stuff on display, but I just don't have the space, especially with the amount of stuff that we build on this channel. I have shelves, but most of those are filled with boxes at this point. So for me, it's most convenient just to box the stuff up. And I like the idea if I ever want to go rebuild it, I can get it back out and build it again. So for me, it's not spending a lot of money just to build them and tear them apart. It's spending a lot of money to build a collection that I can enjoy at any time that I want to. Next up, we have Sam B, Lego Master, who says, "How do I start a Lego podcast?" It's as simple as just recording yourself talking about something. If you just want to put something on YouTube where you're talking about a topic, well, Lego in this case, that you're interested in, or a theme that you're interested in, just record it that way. You can take that audio file and put it through Anchor, which is the service that I use to make a podcast, and it's very simple, but just put your voice out there is the easiest thing you can do, and you can do that just recording from your phone. Next up, we have Ninja Bricks, who says, "What will you do to Breaking It Down if YouTube took your comments away?" And in light of things, that is a very real possibility. So my plan to keep a community active without having comments, if COPPA determines that all Lego videos are kids videos and we have to mark it as such. I wasn't supposed to get into this. What I'm going to do is really try to keep an active subreddit. r/Brickitect is where you can go if you want to comment on my Reddit page, and I'll try to post the videos there, maybe too, and then we can have a conversation down below amongst everyone. And I also want to do live streams if this actually happens, where we can just have like a community chat type thing and hopefully keep a community alive that I've worked so hard to build up and be proud of. I hate to see it go away because we don't have comments. So Breaking It Down might just end up being something where I pull it from Reddit instead of YouTube comments. Our next question comes from Lego Pro 246. He says, Greg, have you ever thought of what Just Too Good does with boxes? He squashes them flat so they don't take up much space. And I've considered that. I've had people tell me to put small boxes inside of bigger boxes. I'd probably be more inclined to do that than squash them because I like to keep that security tape on there. And for me, if you break that down and then you have to retape it using your own tape, it's not quite official. I'd rather just have one side opened up and have everything else be the way it is. But I am realizing, and this is kind of a reference to the last episode, that I'm very much running out of space, and eventually you just can't keep hoarding boxes, especially on bigger sets the way that I am. Next question comes from Rainy Woody. He says, hey Greg, I just started my channel and I'm wondering if you and Clarkman will ever get into Toy Story toys. We are into Toy Story. We went to see Toy Story 4 in the theater. It was one of the few movies we saw this summer, and we bought the entire wave of the Toy Story 4 sets and enjoyed building those and playing with those. As far as toys, we've seen them at Walmart. Clarkman hasn't shown a lot of interest in them, so we probably won't. The next question comes from Ronan Evans, who says, if you were interviewed on the news about your channel, how would you describe it and draw people in to watch your channel? That's a great question. I guess I would just describe it as it is. I would say Brickitect is the channel where me and my son Clark share our Lego collecting journey every day. We do regular uploads of sets that we have bought, been sent to us. We build them, we enjoy them, we play with them. I give my opinions on a lot of things related to Lego and life. I have a podcast. I guess the thing that I'd want to say more than anything that would draw people in is I would say it is probably the most personal Lego channel that you can find on YouTube. And I'm very proud of that. Next up is my friend Dr. McBrick. Lovely channel. You guys need to check him out. It says, I absolutely love this series. His question is, do you think some of us AFOL YouTubers should plan a trip to the motherland together? I'm kind of like a big family get together, and I think that would be really cool. And I would love to just get like everybody together. What I would love to do, probably in a more realistic sense than that, is to try to get a bunch of people together at like a Lego store if we're going to be going there. I'd love to send out a thing to get other Lego YouTubers and fans and everybody together there and just have like a huge meetup, like on a small scale. I've had people ask me if I'm going to do a world tour. It would be awesome. We'll see how this whole thing goes. I would love to meet as many people as I can and just see you guys in real life as opposed to just seeing your comments. Next question comes from Brick Studios. He says, hey, Greg and Clark, man, your content is amazing. And I have another question for you. How does YouTube affect your normal daily life? Ooh, that's a good missing pieces question. It affects my life in a number of ways. Obviously, it's given me a lot of freedom in my life. I'm able to make the things I want, do what I want, be creative, create my own schedule, be with my son. All of these things are very important. I don't know if you're talking about negative effects or positive ones, but I would say if there was any negative effect, it's just the pressure of having content all the time and trying to figure out what you can do and always editing and stuff like that. I would say that's some of the negative things with it. But overall, making YouTube videos is an absolute dream. I feel like I've won the lottery in doing this, and I just hope that I can continue doing this going forward because I love it so much. Tyler Peterson asked, does Cody watch your videos? And you would be surprised to find out that she doesn't. I think she gets enough of me in real life. She usually doesn't watch. I don't think she watches any of my Lego stuff. She might watch some of the videos where Clark's doing something cute or if there's like this thing that we do, but she doesn't sit down to watch my videos. And I'm curious to see if anyone else's, if you have a spouse or parents or friends or whatever, do they watch your videos or do they just experience you in real life? I'm curious. Our next question comes from Apprentice Brick. He says, in what order would you rank these three sets? Yoda, Porg, and BB-8. Okay, I would rank them, I'm going to go BB-8 at number 1, even though it was a very difficult build. I really love that model, and I love the function that it has. So I'm going to go BB-8 number 1. I'm going to go Porg number 2 because I still like the way his mouth moves and things like that. And then I'm going to go Yoda at number 3 because Yoda doesn't have much function, even though it looks good. I do love all those sets. I love that scale. I would love for Lego to do more of that stuff, especially in the Star Wars world. I think there's a lot of figures they can make. Give me that Darth Maul bust again. Re-release that thing. We're talking about reissuing sets. Please give me another Darth Maul bust so I can scare my wife with it. That's a video that she might actually watch, me scaring her with Darth Maul. Crystal has a question for us. He says, hey, Greg, with the holidays coming up, are you going to show Clark movies like Wizard of Oz or classic Christmas movies, the old ones like Grinch, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and Frosty the Snowman? Are you going to show him when he's older? I can't imagine a Christmas and Halloween I don't watch those movies. Yeah, big thing with my childhood and Christmas was watching Home Alone, Home Alone 2. Those are big movies for me. I remember watching It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story. I want Clark to experience all of those things, especially Home Alone, because that is my favorite movie of all time. And I hope that he can relate to it, even though even today it's super dated and stuff. I still think the story is fun, and I hope he likes that. And maybe there'll be some other Christmas movies that we'll find just with him, and then those things will be a part of his childhood. I'm really looking forward to that, and I love the holidays for that reason. Lego Girl 07 says, "Hi Greg, here's my questions. What will you do differently on here when Clark is at school? And when is your and Clark's birthdays?" I'll answer the easy question first. My birthday is December 28th, and Clark's birthday is January 2nd. So it's like Christmas, my birthday, Clark's birthday. It all happens in one shot. What will I do differently when Clark is in school? Well, if it's the way things are going, and assuming that having a kid in your videos makes it for kids, I may have to do a lot of things differently here, and I think this is probably a good topic to talk about on Missing Pieces. But there is a part of me that wants to do more solo videos. I want to do more commentary because I feel like I am skilled in that, and I know a lot of people want to know my opinions on things, and I'd like to do more of that going forward. I want to do more artistic things and make mocks and really just enjoy my collection and building and share things with you guys that is outside of us opening a set, building it, and moving on to the next thing. So I have a lot of big plans going forward for this, and I'm hoping that in 2020 everything is kind of normal and we can keep going about things as we have been, but it remains to be seen with this COPPA thing. Dang it, I'm talking about COPPA again. The next and last question comes from Clutch Power Productions. He says, "Thank you for answering my other question, but I have another. That's what I'm here for." It says, "If Lego were to hold an event, especially for Lego YouTubers and other Lego fans, what would you think?" I guess what you're talking about here is almost like a VidCon of sorts, but instead of being hosted by YouTube and being open to everyone, it would be hosted by Lego and just for Lego YouTubers. I think that'd be really great. Again, I would love to do anything to get the community together in real life and to get fans together in real life. I guess you sort of have this a little bit now with the conventions, but they don't have a YouTube focus, I suppose. So it would be, I think, really awesome to draw attention to the Lego YouTube community through that. And any way for fans to meet other fans and the creators that they love and creators to get together, I think is a fantastic thing. I really enjoyed the questions you guys had for me today. I think a common theme that I took away from this, and maybe you did as well, is just how important the Lego community is, not only to me, but to you guys too. And it makes me sad to think that eventually comments may be removed from some of these videos, and we may have to really work hard to keep this community together. But again, I plan to do everything that I can to do that. This community means so much to me, and it's the thing that I'm most proud of. And it's just incredible. There's so many amazing people that I've talked to, whether it's in person, through live streams, through comments. This community is absolutely incredible. You guys have embraced us, and I feel so accepted here. I always felt like an outsider as a person in the Lego space, but you guys have made me feel at home here, and I hope that I can make you feel at home as well. I'm going to end this here before I get emotional. I want to thank you guys so much for the questions for this episode. If you have questions for the next Breaking It Down, leave them down below this. I'd like to, again, keep it away from the whole COPPA thing. If you guys have anything else that you'd like to ask me, if you can think of anything else, if your mind is on anything else, I know mine's not, throw it down there. Get me distracted from this. I'm going to try to do more of these Breaking It Down videos. I just need to find the time to tear apart sets. That is the one requirement of this, is to actually have some sets that I've torn apart, and I fortunately have done that here. Took apart quite a few in this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next Breaking It Down with Brickitect.